The streets of Paris are ablaze with outrage. Thousands of furious French citizens have taken to the avenues in a protest of historic proportions. The reason? A shocking statement from President Emmanuel Macron suggesting that France might deploy troops to Ukraine. The response was immediate and overwhelming. "Macron, we will not die for Ukraine." These words, now echoing across the nation, symbolize a deep-rooted rejection of what many see as a reckless push toward war. But can Macron withstand the growing pressure? Just hours ago, massive demonstrations erupted, with protesters from all walks of life, left-wing, right-wing, and centrists alike, united against what they call an unnecessary and dangerous escalation. They accuse Macron of breaking his promises, recalling his 2017 campaign pledge to keep France away from major conflicts. Today, however, he seems poised to do the opposite. The streets of Paris, Lyon, and Marseille are filled with signs rejecting France's involvement in Ukraine. "No to war, no troops for Ukraine," chants the crowd, sending a clear warning to the government. Macron's recent remarks about deploying European forces under the pretext of a peace guarantee have only fueled suspicions. Protesters see this as a deceptive way of justifying military involvement. Many fear that France could be dragged into a prolonged and devastating war, one that serves geopolitical interests rather than national security. The sentiment of betrayal runs deep as Macron's opponents remind him of his previous criticisms of Marine Le Pen, whom he accused of being a nationalist threat. Now it is Macron who appears willing to lead France into a conflict with unpredictable consequences. The anger is not just about words, it's about action. Recent reports confirm that France has already supplied Ukraine with Mirage 2000 fighter jets, which have been actively used in combat against Russian forces. This move, seen as a dangerous provocation, has heightened concerns that France is inching closer to direct involvement. The implications are dire. An escalation could provoke severe retaliation from Russia, putting France's national security at risk. Many citizens argue that their government should prioritize internal stability rather than engaging in foreign conflicts that do not directly threaten the nation. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed gratitude for Macron's unwavering support. But in France, the backlash is growing. Critics argue that Macron is playing a dangerous game, prioritizing global alliances over the well-being of his own people. Public trust in his leadership is rapidly eroding. The unrest has intensified with calls for an immediate reversal of France's military support and a clear commitment to non-intervention. As the protests continue, the question remains, will Macron listen to the voices of his people, or will he push forward with his controversial military agenda? The coming days will be crucial in determining whether France remains on the sidelines or is drawn deeper into the conflict. One thing is certain, the French people have spoken, and they refuse to be silent. Do you think Macron will back down, or is France on the brink of deeper conflict? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on this unfolding crisis.